Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Well, speaking of loving the world we live in, 40 monkeys escape South Carolina research facility. Police warn residents to secure doors and windows.
What?
They're just a bunch of loose monkeys running around South Carolina. Last I heard, they caught like 26 of them. So that means there's still like 15 monkeys jumping on the bed in South Carolina. So yeah, I just when I saw this right after we streamed, I shut down the stream and then saw that Stephen Colbert's monologue that had just been published had this story in it. And was just like, oh fuck, we could have done that one. So this is stale news, but still fun.
Is that what you should rename the show to? Stale News?
Stale news, but fun. Now, I think Tweet still kind of encapsulates what this is about.
It has a wing to it.
Yeah. So authorities also, if I rename it, I have to like get someone to redesign the thumbnail, and I like the thumbnail, and I don't like changing things.
Change bad.
Some stale news.
Instead of some more news.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, I'm linking to his Trump video, and in the my video for not this coming Friday but next Friday, where I mentioned that Trump is a fascist. I'm linking to his. I'm just like, instead of like having a bunch of articles in the thing, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna link to this 2-hour-long video about why Trump is a piece of shit, where a big section of it is he's a fascist. So yeah, that's fun. And yeah, I get it that like another YouTuber said it is not really a great source, but like he's got all the news articles describing the things that Trump did that are all things that were well documented that we all know that Trump did. So it's like, it's not like this is just some YouTuber yelling about how he's a fascist. It's like, no, these are actual things that you should be able to remember happening. Anyway, authorities in South Carolina have warned residents to lock their doors and windows after 40 monkeys escaped from a research facility on Wednesday night. This sounds like the prequel, what's it called? The thing that's the opposite of the, God damn it, I forget the other word too. You know that thing where you read a book and then there's that thing after the last chapter?
The epilogue?
Epilogue. Prologue. That's the word. This is like the prologue for a video game. That was a long time to find that word.
You know, the prologue implies that there's a casual log as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, the casual logs are the ones that end up burning in the fire.
Oh, fair enough.
But, yeah. And even, like, the name of the company is Alpha Genesis. Like, that sounds like something from a dystopian video game.
It kind of does.
It's like, we need you to infiltrate the Alpha Genesis research facility. Like, that sounds like a spy thriller video game. That's where I'm going as James Bond in the next
James Bond.
I'm just thinking of the GoldenEye, I think. I don't know.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So the Alpha Genesis facility in Beaufort County, and traps have been set up and thermal imaging cameras are being used in an effort to locate the fugitive monkeys. Where are they describing those fugitives?
It just sounds... Is this just an ARG for Ape Escape? Like a new Ape Escape video game?
Sounds like something Capcom would come up with. It does. Oh, it's the prologue to Planet of the Apes. There we go.
You've experimented on us for far too long, human.
I remember the like 70s Planet of the Apes movies. I've seen 2 or 3 of the new ones. I can't fucking remember what happens. I just know that Andy Serkis is in them. I have no idea what the plot line is.
I haven't seen any Planet of the Apes movies ever.
The 70s ones are fun. It's like
fun.
It's like a campy kind of fun.
It always seemed like they were not meant to be campy.
They take themselves very seriously.
Like, it's
and that's
kind of
part
like
of why they're fun.
Have you seen Omega Man?
No, I'm aware of Omega Man.
it's because Omega Man's in that same realm of like
I'm pretty sure you have made me aware of Omega Man.
I think so too, because I like it more than I Am Legend, which is what I Am Legend is based off of in the first place.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
But it's that, I guess it's the same thing as how Omega Man is built, because Omega Man ends up being very campy, but you can tell that for every character in the film, this is like pure life or death. This is very serious business from top to bottom for every character in the film.
Yeah. So the Yemisi Police Department said multiple officers were working with Alpha Genesis personnel to recapture the primates. Again, this sounds like a fucking video game.
It really does.
Police officers have teamed up with Alpha Genesis personnel to recapture the escaped primates.
This is a PlayStation 1 game. This has to be.
Yeah, and well, also like, you know, those monkeys are fucked because the police department's just gonna shoot them.
Oh yeah.
Like, they shoot dogs. They ain't gonna spare monkeys. So Alpha Genesis has a federal contract where they oversee a colony of 3,500 rhesus monkeys on Morgan Island in South Carolina, which has been dubbed Monkey Island. So
now it really just sounds like a video game.
It does.
That is the name of a game.
Before this, Monkey Escape from Monkey Island is the game.
From LucasArts.
I was actually aware of this island before this news item broke. So like, as soon as they said it, I was like, oh, is that like where Monkey Island is? I'm like, yep, nope, that's it.
Jesus Christ.
Tasha says, this is the second biggest monkey story I've ever seen. It's the first one, King Kong. Monkeys have escaped from Alpha Genesis before. 8 years ago, 19 primates escaped from the company's facility, but were recaptured about 6 hours later. Last year in Pennsylvania, dozens of lab monkeys escaped after a truck carrying 100 of the animals crashed. All of the primates were later accounted for. That's a polite way of saying a bunch of them died.
They're accounted for with bullets.
We know where they are.
The ground.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a bunch of them probably died in the crash. Like, the other ones probably recaptured. Yeah. So yeah, that's our kind of silly story where there are monkeys on the loose in South Carolina.
So we're done monkeying about now?
Yeah. Yeah, we're done monkeying around with the news. So there's no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Because they all fell off and bumped their head. Mama was just done calling the doctor.